ಗುಡ್ ಮಾರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ. ಅಮೆರಿಕಲ್ ಜಾಯ್ನ್ ಆಗಿರೋರಿಗೆ ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್ ಈವ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಫಾರ್ ದೋಸ್ ಹೂ ಜಾಯಿನ್ ಇನ್ ಜರ್ಮನಿ. ನಾವಿವತ್ತು 2-3 ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಇದೆ ಇವತ್ತು. ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಇವತ್ತು 3 ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ವಿಷಯಗಳು. ಒಂದು, ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ BR ಅಂಬೇಡ್ಕರ್, ಬಾಬಾ ಸಾಹೇಬ್ ಅಂತ ಇದ್ರು ಅವ್ರನ್ನ, ಭೀಮರಾವ್ ರಾಮ್ಜಿ ಅಂಬೇಡ್ಕರ್. ಇವರು ಇವತ್ತು ಹುಟ್ಟಿದ ದಿನ. ಇವ್ರು ಏನೇನೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ತಿಳಿಸ್ಕೊಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೊತ್ತು ಮಾತಾಡೋಣ. ಇವರು ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ವಾಸ್ two major important things here. One was he was responsible for starting a huge campaign towards uplifting all of the downtrodden people in India. ಒಂದು ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬಾನೇ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು. ಒಂದು ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಇನ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ದಲಿತರು, ಅನ್ಟಚಬಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಇದ್ರು. ಅವರು ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಮಿಕ್ದವ್ರು ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಹತ್ರನೂ ಸೇರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಅವರು ಏಳಿಗೆಗೆ ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಅದನ್ನ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ ಬ್ರೀಫ್ ಆಗಿ. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಮುಖ್ಯವಾದ ಕೆಲಸ ಅವ್ರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು, he was the person who drafted the Constitution of India with a team of people. So he is considered the father of modern Indian Constitution. So Indian Constitution ಹೇಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು, ಎಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಹೇಗಾಗಬೇಕು, the whole process of the Constitution ಅವರು 1949 ನವೆಂಬರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಡ್ರಾಫ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಟ್ರು. ಅಂಡ್ 1950ಗೆ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಬಿಕೇಮ್ ದ ರಿಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಅಂತ ಏನ್ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ಅವಾಗ 1950 ರಿಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಆಗಿ ರಿಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ಡೇ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ ಎವ್ರಿ ಇಯರ್ ನಾವು, January 26. ಅದನ್ನ ಡ್ರಾಫ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ, ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಡ್ರಾಫ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು ಇವ್ರ ಹೆಸರು ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ BR ಅಂಬೇಡ್ಕರ್. ಇವ್ರು ಮಹಾರಾಷ್ಟ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ಹುಟ್ಟಿದ್ದು. ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ ಏನೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಅಂತ. Then today is the day PB Srinivas passed away. Who is PB Srinivas? PB Srinivas was one of the greatest singers of India. ಇವರು ಹುಟ್ಟಿದ್ದು ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಆಂಧ್ರ ಪ್ರದೇಶಲ್ಲಿ, ನಮ್ಮ ನೈಬರಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್, ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ನೈಬರಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಇವರು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬಾನೇ ಹಾಡಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಬಿಗ್ಗೆಸ್ಟ್ ಸಿಂಗರ್ಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ early 60s, late 50s, early 60s, all of the 60s and all of the 70s he ruled. ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ರಾಜ್ಕುಮಾರ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಈ ವಾರ ಫುಲ್ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ 12 days ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಿದೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ವಿ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ he's of course one of the greatest actors from India. So Rajkumar ಅವರು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ almost 15 years ರಾಜ್ಕುಮಾರ್ಗೆ PV Srinivas ಅವರೇ ಹಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು. He was a singer, he was the voice of Rajkumar. So they were best friends and he was the voice of Rajkumar. Of course Rajkumar also was a good singer, but PV Srinivas ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ತುಂಬಾ ಹಾಡ್ಗಳನ್ನ ರಾಜ್ಕುಮಾರ್ ಹಾಡಿದ್ರು. ರಾಜ್ಕುಮಾರ್ದು ಬಾಡಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇವ್ರದ್ದು ವಾಯ್ಸ್ ಆ ತರ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿತ್ತು. ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಸೊ ಅವ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ಮೊನ್ನೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ನೀವು ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಹಾಡುಗಳು ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಯು ಹರ್ಡ್ ಸೋ ಮೆನಿ ಸಾಂಗ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ PV Srinivas when we were playing. All of those songs were by him only. ತಾಗದು ಎಂದು, ನಗು ನಗುತ್ತಾ, ನಲಿ ನಲಿ, ನಿನ್ನದೇ ನೆನಪುದು, ಲಾಂಗ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೋ ಮೆನಿ ಸಾಂಗ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಸಾಂಗ್ಸ್ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮೇ ಬಿ ವಿಲ್ ಇವನ್ ಲರ್ನ್ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದೋಸ್ ಸಾಂಗ್ಸ್. ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಇದು ಅವರಿಬ್ರು ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದ ಫೋಟೋಸ್. ಓಕೆ. ಅಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್, ಟುಡೇ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಸೌರಮಾನ ಯುಗಾದಿ. ಮರ್ತೇ ಬಿಟ್ಟೆ ಹೇಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಬಟ್ ಯಾಕೆ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಅದು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಇನ್ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಸಾಯಂಕಾಲ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿದೀವಿ ನಾವು. ಸೌರಮಾನ ಯುಗಾದಿ is observed actually in many places. ಯುಗಾದಿ 2 times ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಒಂದು ಚಾಂದ್ರಮಾನ ಯುಗಾದಿ which follows the lunar calendar. The other is ಸೌರಮಾನ ಯುಗಾದಿ which follows the solar calendar. ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ ದಕ್ಷಿಣ ಕನ್ನಡ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ ಮಂಗಳೂರು ಏರಿಯಾ, ಉಡುಪಿ ಏರಿಯಾ ಅಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಇವತ್ತು ಯುಗಾದಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅಂಡ್ ದೇ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ದಟ್ ಇನ್ ಅವರ್ ನೇಬರಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಕೇರಳ ಅಂಡ್ ತಮಿಳ್ನಾಡು. ಸೊ ಅವರು ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಈ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಬೇಡ. ಸಾಯಂಕಾಲ ದೇರ್ಸ್ ಅ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್. ಅವರು ನಮ್ಮ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರು ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅವ್ರು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ರಮ್ಯಾ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು. ಆಯ್ತಾ? So in this class we'll focus a little bit on Ambedkar and a little bit on PB Srinivas and Rajkumar. Okay. Let me ask kids ಯಾರು ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ? ಸೊ ನೀವು ಯಾರಿಗಾದ್ರೂ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತನಕ ಅಂಬೇಡ್ಕರ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ? ಡಿಡ್ ಯು ಲುಕ್ ಅಪ್ ಆನ್ ಅಂಬೇಡ್ಕರ್? ಏನಾದ್ರು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ರ ಅಂಬೇಡ್ಕರ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ? ಅಥವಾ ನಿಮ್ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಾ? ಎನಿಬಡಿ ವಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಟು ಗೋ? ಡೋಂಟ್ ವರಿ, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಓಕೆ. ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಜನ ದೊಡ್ಡವರೇ ಮಾರ್ತು ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಇವಾಗ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಅಂಬೇಡ್ಕರ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಓಕೆ, ವೋಂಟ್ ಬಿ ಸರ್ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್. ದ ಹೋಲ್ ಪರ್ಪಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸೆಷನ್ ವಾಸ್ ಟು ಬ್ರೀಫ್ಲಿ ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಯು ಟು ಹಿಮ್. ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟೆಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೀ ಟಾಕಿಂಗ್ ವಾಟ್ ಐಲ್ ಡು, ಅಂಬೇಡ್ಕರ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು Sumar movies ಮಾಡಿದೆ. Very recently, one of our best actors in India, his name is Mammootty. He's from Kerala. So Mammootty ಅವರು ಒಂದು ಮೂವಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಮಮ್ಮೂಟಿ ಅವರೇ ಅಂಬೇಡ್ಕರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಅದರದ್ದು ಟ್ರೈಲರ್ ಹಾಕ್ತೀನಿ ನೋಡಿ. It was the trailer is actually in English. Okay, I think he got an award for this. He's one of the best actors from India. So we'll play the trailer. You watch it. Okay.
Brothers and sisters, we are honored to have with us today a friend of Brother Steve Brown, a young man from India. His people, Steve tells me, have been struggling under a terrible yoke. They have been enslaved like us for countless generations. The high caste must never read the Veda in the presence of low caste. If the low caste hear the Veda, their ears should be filled with molten lead. If they utter the Veda, their tongues should be cut off.
I know it may sound a little intense for kids, but I just want to give you a high level overview of this, because see, so the opening scene, right, where it was shown that some African country is shown, and where the person is giving a sermon to, and he's telling that somebody from India is here. There the discrimination happened similar to there. So in Africa, as you know, or also in Africa, not in South Africa, it happened. In America, it happened. In fact, one of the kids mentioned that. And in England, it happened, where certain section of people, like for example, here African Americans were discriminated against everybody else, even until like 60s. So discrimination of all kinds happened everywhere. So in India, different kind of caste system was established originally. The caste system yakappa established ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು ಅಂದ್ರೆ people who can perform ಪೂಜೆ, people who can study, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು community ಅಂತ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. People who go and fight for the people, andre people who are princes, people who are actually not necessarily princes, people who are warriors, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಒಂದು community ಆಗಿತ್ತು. People who sell in angadigalu, in stores, ಅವ್ರಿಗೊಂದು community ಆಗಿತ್ತು. And people who work hard in the farm and all, ಅವ್ರಿಗೊಂದು community ಆಗಿತ್ತು. ಇದು ಅಲ್ವೇ there was a separate community that did not belong to any of these four. So ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಬಹಳನೇ discriminate ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. So ಆ lowest downtrodden communityಗೆ ಗೋಸ್ಕರನೇ ಅಂಬೇಡ್ಕರ್ ಓಡಾಡಿದ್ದು. Like he said, they were not allowed into the temples, they were not allowed to hear the Vedas or even utter the Vedas. Vedas, as you know, are one of the most holiest of the scriptures. Forget about speaking. If somebody else were chanting, they were not even allowed. So all of that has gone away now, and he was very responsible for bringing an end to it. So ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಇನ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೇಳ್ತೇನೆ ನೋಡಿ ಇನ್ನೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಅಂತ. Okay, here comes here.
Yourself and learn to be clean. As a matter of fact, it is your birthright to get food, shelter, and clothing in this land in equal proportion with every individual, high or low. The Mahatmas are like fleeting phantoms. There is dust, but there is no levels. Suppose I accept childbirth. What will be your interpretation? Unfortunately, I was born a Hindu untouchable. It was beyond my power to prevent that. But it is within my power to refuse to live.
Okay, so as you can see, in fact, the actor did a very good representation of Ambedkar, because you saw the picture how he looked, right? See, this was the one of the speeches he was giving, and this is how Ambedkar looked. So they did a very perfect makeup, and of course Mammootty, like I was telling you, is a very good actor. So adalde this is, like I said, he framed our constitution, right? There is a little speech from in Hindi actually of that part. I'm going to briefly play that.
Rashtrapati Mahoday,
This is
sir, My drafting committee.
Drafting committee. This is a recreation of that particular episode. This part is in Indian. I'm going to briefly play it and summarize that. So we'll see. Ambedkar gets up and he narrates that.
शामिल न हो सके। मुझे जो भी श्रेय दिया जा रहा है वो मेरे अकेले का नहीं है। इसका कुछ हिस्सा जाता है सर BN राव को, जो कि हमारी इस सभा के संवैधानिक सलाहकार हैं, जिन्होंने ड्राफ्टिंग कमेटी के विचार करने के लिए संविधान का कच्चा। मैं यहाँ पर संविधान की अच्छाइयां गिनाने नहीं जाऊंगा, क्योंकि मुझे लगता है कि संविधान कितना भी अच्छा क्यों ना हो, वो अंततः बुरा साबित होगा अगर उसे इस्तेमाल में लाने वाले लोग बुरे होंगे।
See, said some very important things here. Monne tane somebody else shared a picture with the exact thing that he just said. What he said was, no matter how great the Constitution is basically a set of rules in a book that defines how a country should be governing, how the country should be administering its people like that. So no matter how perfect, so many people, in fact, he mentioned somebody else's name there, Bheemrao Ramji. So many people sat together, worked for hours, looked at the constitution of the best democracies at that time, which was basically America and a few other countries, and they formed the constitution, and which went into effect in 1950, so many years ago. So since then, what he's saying is, no matter how perfect the constitution was, is the people who implement it, if they are not right, if they don't use it properly, they always bend around using it, then obviously there won't be any success at that. So adinna heltare. So now let's actually go into the nice Wikipedia page on Dr. Ambedkar, and then we will learn what all he did. So he, of course, framed the constitution and worked towards campaigning against the social discrimination towards what were known as the untouchables in India at that time. So Adalde, he was a jurist. He was actually studied law. He was an economist. And of course, he was a politician and a social reformer. He was also responsible for the Buddhist movement. So many people in the Dalit community, they became Buddhists through his campaign as well. Buddhana more hodru. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ಅವ್ರು ಅವ್ರು ಇಂಡಿಯಾದ ಕೊಲಂಬಿಯಾದ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿಯಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಓದಿದ್ರು ಅವಾಗ್ಲೇನೆ. He was born in, when was he born? He was born in 1891. So he was actually born in, at that, now it's in Madhya Pradesh, but he lived in the Madhya Pradesh and Maharashtra states of that time. ಆಮೇಲೆ he went to London School of Economics. So ಡಾಕ್ಟರೇಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಓದಿದ್ರು ಅವ್ರು, ಅವಾಗ್ಲೇ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿ ಓದಿದ್ರು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, he was a professor and also he was a lawyer. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅವರು ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಫ್ರೀಡಮ್ಗೋಸ್ಕರ ತುಂಬಾ ಹೋರಾಡಿದ್ರು. And 1990, of course, posthumously after he passed away, the Bharata Ratna was given. Yesterday when we were talking about Vishveshwaraya, we said he was also given Bharata Ratna, right? So ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, early life ಬಗ್ಗೆ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ ಆಯ್ತಾ. He was born today, like I said, this day 14th April in 1891, a small town. ಅದರ ಹೆಸರು ಮೌ ಅಂತ, ಮಿಲಿಟರಿ ಕಂಟೋನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೌ, ವೆರಿ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ನೇಮ್. ಎಲ್ಲಿತ್ತು ಅದು, ಅದನ್ನ ಅವಾಗ ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ಪ್ರಾವಿನ್ಸಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ಇಟ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ಪ್ರಾವಿನ್ಸಸ್. He was one among the 14 children. ತುಂಬಾ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಇರ್ತಿದ್ರು ಅವಾಗ. ಸೊ ರಾಮ್ಜಿ ಮಲೋಜಿ ಸಕ್ಪಾಲ್ ಅಂತ ಅವ್ರ ಹೆಸರು. that person was an army officer, ಅವ್ರ ಮಗ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಮರಾಠಿ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್, ಲೈಕ್ ವಿ ಸ್ಪೀಕ್ ಕನ್ನಡ, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ ಆ ಥರ is the language, Marathi is the language spoken in Maharashtra and some parts of Madhya Pradesh. So ಅವರು ಆ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ಆಮೇಲೆ he was born to a very poor community. They were called the Mahars, who I said were a Dalit community. ಆಗಿನ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ, like I said, ಅವರಿಗೆ ತುಂಬಾನೇ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಮಿನೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ಈಗಲೂ in some parts they do that. I mean, like I said, you can draw parallels to what happens in America. It's not, discrimination can happen, of all kinds can happen for very reasons. So sometimes even now some places you can see some instances of that, which we should always go against that and say and educate people, you should not do that. we're all humans ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ, ಯಾರಿಗಾದ್ರೂ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ನೀವು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ಅವರು ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಅಟೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಸಪರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. so many things, African Americans in America experience the same things here too. ಸೆಪರೇಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಕೂತ್ಕೋಬೇಕಾಗ್ತಿತ್ತು, ಒಳಗಡೆ ಬರ್ತಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಆ ಗ್ರೂಪ್. ಸೊ ಸಿನ್ಸ್ ಅ ಚೈಲ್ಡ್, ಇನ್ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಒಂದು ಕನ್ನಡ ಮೂವಿನೂ ಬಂದಿತ್ತು, ಬಾಲಕ ಅಂಬೇಡ್ಕರ್ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಪ್ರಾಬಬ್ಲಿ ಸಿ ದಟ್ ಮೂವಿ ಟು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಾನು ತೋರಿಸ್ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ ನಿಮಗೆ. ಸೊ ಆಸ್ ಅ ಚೈಲ್ಡ್ ಅವರು ಏನೇನೆಲ್ಲ ಕಷ್ಟಪಟ್ಟರು ಅನ್ನೋದೆಲ್ಲ ಆ ಮೂವಿಯಲ್ಲಿದೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಕುತ್ಕೊಳಕ್ ಬಿಡ್ತಾ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ನೀರ್ ಕುಡಿಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾರಾದ್ರೂ ಹೈಯರ್ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಟಿ ಅವ್ರು ಬಂದು ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆಯಿಂದ ನೀರ್ ಹಾಕಿದ್ರೆ ಇವ್ರು ಹಾಕೊಂಡು ಕೆಳಗೆ ಕುತ್ಕೊಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬೇಜಾರಾಗ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ, ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ಲೇಬೇಕು ನಾನು ಅಂತ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅವರು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಬಿಗರ್ ಸಿಟಿಗೆ ಬಂದ್ರು, ಸತಾರ ಅಂತ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಅವಾಗ ಏನಾಯ್ತು, ಅಂಬೇಡ್ಕರ್ ಅವ್ರ ತಾಯಿ ತೀರ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ರಂತೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪೆಂಡ್. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಈ 3 ಸನ್ಸ್ ಇವರೆಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲಿದ್ರು. ಓಕೆ, ಮಿಕ್ಕಿದವರು ಚಿಲ್ಡ್ರನ್ ಬೇರೆ ಕಡೆ ಇದ್ರು. 3 ಮಕ್ಕಳು, ಆಮೇಲೆ 2 ಡಾಟರ್ಸ್ ಅವರೆಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರ ಆಂಟಿ ಮನೇಲಿ ಇದ್ರಂತೆ. ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ okay, interesting, look at this. His actual last name was called Sakpal ante. His father registered his name as Ambedkar ante, even though his name was something else, because avrige a last name alli they didn't want a community to be referenced there, so he created a new, his dad gave him a new name. And because he was born from the village Ambadave, so somebody who came from Ambedkar, which later, and then there was a teacher. The teacher came from the Brahmin community. Our teacher had a name Ambedkar, so that person gave him his surname. You know what? You are one of my best students. I'll call you Ambedkar. So interesting. See, Ambedkar actually. See, sometimes you take your dad's last name. Sometimes you take your village's name. So this person actually took his village's name initially, and then later he took the name of his favorite teacher. So this is one of the few instances where somebody takes the last name of person that doesn't even belong to your family. Okay, so ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿದ್ರು ಅವರು ಮುಂಬೈಗೆ ಹೋದ್ರು. ಮುಂಬೈಗಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು he was the only person from the so-called untouchable community to be enrolled at this prestigious school called Elphinstone High School ante. Amele he was only 15 years old when he was married to a 9-year-old. I know it sounds a little funny now, but you're talking about early 1900s. Okay, even in 1940s, 1950s, things like this was happening. But of course, because avagala arrange ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ. So he actually was a little child when he married a 15-year-old, marrying a 9-year-old kid. Anyway, so ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಹೋದ್ರು. ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅವರು he went to the University of Mumbai, University of Bombay. Ali, what did he study there? He was also the first from his Mahar caste to go to the University of Bombay. So it was a great achievement in 1907, when people were not even allowed to go into temples, when people were segregated, not allowed to go and sit in the same classroom as everybody else. This person, studies well, he finishes school, goes to one of the good colleges, best University of Bombay, and that was a big achievement for him. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಏನಾಯ್ತು, see, not just that, look at this. When he passed only his 4th standard, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಮೆರಿಕಾದಲ್ಲಿ 4th grade ಅಂತೀವಿ, ಜರ್ಮನಿ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ಲಿ class 4 ಅಂತೀವಿ. So when he passed his 4th standard examination, they wanted to celebrate that, because that itself, they was so nice for him. He reached great heights ಅಂತ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ nobody was able to even achieve that much ಅಂತೆ. ಅಷ್ಟು ಖುಷಿ ಆಗಿತ್ತು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ. ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ಸೆರೆಮನಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಂತೆ. ಸೊ ಅಂಥದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಆಯ್ತಾ. ಅಂಡ್ ಅವಾಗ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಬಯೋಗ್ರಫಿ ಆಫ್ ಬುದ್ಧನ ಕೊಟ್ರಂತೆ ಯಾರೋ. ಸೊ ಅವಾಗಿಂದ he started to get introduced to Buddha's teachings too. So what else did he do? Then he got a degree in political science from the Bombay University. Then he went to Columbia University. Again, I won't go through every single thing. I'll go skim through this. Then he got a post-graduation in London School. So basically he went to England and studied there. Columbia University, New York City hogidru. So he did come to America as well. Because he was doing so well, he was given all that. And one more thing was, on Kali, this is actually a British thing. So in British, when they crafted, or they drafted, you should say they actually rewrote Indian history. They claimed that Aryans and a community, Aryans basically are the race that were in India centuries ago, right? Thousands of years ago. the belief was that Aryan people, they came from somewhere in Central Asia into India. They invaded India anta one theory there. So Ambedkar, one of the first few people who opposed that theory. Okay, there were nothing called. His theory was that the Shudras were also the Aryans, and it was not like they came and went over them. Anta. So, and he also wrote books about it. Also, he's viewed them as part of the Kshatriya clan of the Indo-Aryan society ಅಂತಾನೆ ಇದೆ. It's a little high level for you. And of course, so since he experienced so much discrimination, he was vehemently opposing untouchability. ಆಯ್ತಾ. ಆಮೇಲೆ he described the incident. In fact, there is an autobiography that he wrote. It's called Waiting for a Visa. So when you go a little big, you can it's a 20-page autobiographical life story of B.R. Ambedkar. It's only 20 pages. It's not too big. So maybe later you can read that, get inspired. I think it's entirely in English. In fact, what you can do is you can just read this one article as to how it goes over. I'll quickly go over that. So as a childhood journey, in the Goregaon ಅನ್ನೋ ಟೌನ್ ತನಕ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಹೋದ್ರು ಅವರು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇಂದ ಬಂದ್ರೂನು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಮನೆ ಸಿಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಇದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಆಮೇಲೆ some dangerous incident happened in this village ante, when I think there was some to him, after all of this achievement, he was insulted in 1929 ante. It's very sad actually. See, so much of achievement, people know what is done, but still he was discriminated. Tonga was considered. Even Tonga andre people who drive the horse-driven carts. Even they didn't want to give him a ride in spite of his achievements. So isn't that embarrassing and so sad, right? Adide. Amele and your neer kudibardu anbittu somebody came and polluted the water ante. So it's so sad. Amele doctor didn't want to give proper care and somebody dies ante. It's really sad. Amele young clerk was abused. Adu ide. And ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಈ autobiography ಇದೆ. Anyway, that's some of the sad things, but let's also but of course the sad part to history of many countries, so we should not be little ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೋಬಾರ್ದು ನೀವು. But the fact that all that is thing of the past, and we are moving towards being one united country and with no discrimination. ಆಯ್ತಾ. ಸೊ ಇನ್ನೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಅವರು, ಮುಖ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅವರು ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಫ್ರೇಮ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಅಂತ ಪೊಲಿಟಿಕಲ್ ಕರಿಯರ್ ಶೋ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಲ್ವಾ. I'll skim through the other things here. So ಇವರು ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಲಾ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಮುಂಬೈ ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸಿಪಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಸೇರ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅವರು ಒಂದು ಯಾವ್ದೋ ಲೇಬರ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿ ಅಂತ ಫೌಂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರಂತೆ. ಅವಾಗ ಎಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬುಕ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪಬ್ಲಿಷ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. That's when it was close to 1940s, when this was before Indian independence, right? Avaga Pakistan form agbeku antala the other Muslim League party was demanding, because they wanted a separate country for Pakistan, for people who belong to the Muslim religion. Not all of them, but some people started to do that. So avaga iವರು ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಆ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಇವರು ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ವಾಸ್ ಅಗೇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇಟ್. He didn't want that to happen, but apparently it still happened ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ಆಮೇಲೆ he also criticized their practices as well during that time. ಆಮೇಲೆ he won elections as well. So then comes the important part. He drafted the India's constitution. See, I told this morning the year when it was drafted. That's the password for today. I'm not going to read it out here. It's this year. So this is the then president of India, Dr. Rajendra Prasad. Avarge constitution the copy na Ambedkar kodta iro picture, the actual picture from 1949. So 9 November, and 2 months later is when, exactly 2 months later is when India officially became the Republic of India. Okay, ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೇನೆಲ್ಲ ತಗೊಂಡು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಅಂತ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಅವಾಗ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿ ವಾಸ್ ಲೀಡಿಂಗ್ ದ ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಸೊ he became the law minister of India at that time. He was appointed the chairman of the drafting committee. So him and the entire team that worked towards it, like I said, they referred many countries that were democracies at that time. Not many, actually, there's only few countries, right? Adadmele he wrote the text, how to how India should be governing, how much liberty should be given to people, and that he ensured that all that makes into the constitution. But again, see, that happened in so many years ago, but still that was not quite implemented properly. So that's what he said, no matter what effort is put and constitution is written, if it's not implemented properly, it's always going to be a problem. There was another important thing he touched upon. It's the Article 370. That was the one that gave special status to the state of Jammu and Kashmir. Maybe it's a little too much for you, but I'll go a very high level, because Jammu and Kashmir was brought into India from a kingdom. Avagala ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಆಯ್ತು, ಅವಾಗ ಸಪ್ರೇಟ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಟಸ್ ಕೊಡೋಣ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಆಯ್ತಾ. So Euro was against it, and it took so many years for it to be revoked. Just few months ago, last year, it was revoked ಆಯ್ತಾ. So ಅವಾಗಿದ್ದಾನೆ he was opposing it. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಏನಾಯ್ತು, ಯೂನಿಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಸಿವಿಲ್ ಕೋಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ he was supporting. ಅಂದ್ರೆ all of the country should have the same civil code, doesn't matter what community they are, what religion they are, there should not be separate laws for separate people ಅಂತ ಅವರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. Okay. And then I think he was also an economist, so Reserve Bank of India ಗೂ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. See, so many, I think he got married later again, I believe, because his wife died after long illness. ಅದು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. See, his entire life is right here, so you can actually read up about this here. And this is also most important part in his life. So when he converted to Buddhism, he wanted to become a Sikh, and then Buddha book ಕಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳದ್ನಲ್ಲ. So he studied Buddhism, and then he traveled to Sri Lanka, where there were a lot of Buddha followers there, alva. And then he officially converted to Buddhism, and a lot of people from his community also became Buddhists. In 1948, I think he started becoming Sikh. He passed away in 1956 in Delhi. ಸೊ ಇಷ್ಟು ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇವಾಗ ಅಂಬೇಡ್ಕರ್ ಜಯಂತಿ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಹಾಲಿಡೇ ಇನ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ. ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಸುಮಾರು ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಚ್ಯೂಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆ ನೋಡಿರಬಹುದು. ಇಂಡಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಿದ್ರೆ ವಿಧಾನಸೌಧ ಇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ದಿ ಸೀಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕಸ್ ಲೆಜಿಸ್ಲೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ಅದ್ರ ಎದುರುಗಡೆನೆ ಯುಲ್ ಸಿ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಚ್ಯೂ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್. ಸೊ ದಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ವೆರಿ ಪ್ರಾಮಿನೆಂಟ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಚ್ಯೂ ಇನ್ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು. ಇದಲ್ಲ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ. So but yeah, around statue there Bengaluru, and a lot of movies were made, like they say here Babasaheb Ambedkar was one of the movies that was made in English that I was showing you. Sumar movies by the Samvidhan anta, there's a series exactly on the constitution itself. So adar baggenu ide illi Ambedkar or Gandhi, his interaction with Gandhi bagge one drama ide. So there's so many things you can see as in popular cinema. Okay, ಇಷ್ಟು ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಾನೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್. It's almost 40 minutes. So in ಮಾಡಿದ ಎರಡು other parts today. One was the PB Srinivas sings for Rajkumar part. Adhan I think we will do later, because we need a dedicated session for that, because he's done so many things. And then lastly, the Sauramana Yugadi will do another session. Okay. Any questions, kids? I know I did a lot of talking because there are so many things to talk about Ambedkar. Arush and Manoma, do you have any questions? Or anybody else?
Illa.
Wow, okay. So ನೀವು ಅಂಬೇಡ್ಕರ್ ಫಾರ್ ಕಿಡ್ಸ್ ಏನಾದ್ರು, ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಬಾಲಕ ಅಂಬೇಡ್ಕರ್ ಅಂತಿದೆ, ಬಾಲಕ ಅಂಬೇಡ್ಕರ್ ಅಂತ, ಅದ್ರ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿದೆ. ನೀವು ಆದ್ರೆ ಆ ಮೂವಿ ನೋಡಿ ಅಥವಾ ಟ್ರೈಲರ್ ಆದ್ರೂ ನೋಡಿ ಆಫ್ಲೈನ್. ಬಾಲಕ ಅಂಬೇಡ್ಕರ್ ಕನ್ನಡ ಫುಲ್ ಮೂವಿನೇ ಇದೆ ನೋಡು. ಇಟ್ ಕೇಮ್ 1991 ಅಂತೆ. ಸೊ this looks interesting. So as a kid, what all he underwent, adar bagge one movie ide. I think you could watch it. It doesn't look like a big movie. 17 minutes ide. It's a short film ansutte. So idanna you can
That's the blue one. So the blue one is mainly for cabbage. Facing one will like it.
The Balaka Ambedkar short film. ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಹುಡುಗ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿದೆ.
ಇಲ್ಲ ಪಿಂಡನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ.
ಬರಬಾರ್ದು ನೀವು. ಸೊ ಫುಲ್ ಮೂವಿ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸಿ.
ಇಂದಿನಿಂದ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಧಾರ್ಮಿಕ ಆಚರಣೆಗಳನ್ನು ವರ್ಧಿಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳಿ.
ಇದನ್ನ ನೀವು ನೋಡಿ, part 1, part 2, part 3, part 5 ಅಂತೆಲ್ಲ ಇದೆ ನೋಡಿ. So you can watch this when you get a chance to watch Balaka Ambedkar. So this is that scene. Remember I told you where, see, actually I talked about it, right? See, in the school, these kids were meant to sit outside and to drink water. ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆಯಿಂದ pour ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. I know it's a little sad to see that, but he still fought and worked hard and came out of it, which is good. So ಇದನ್ನ ನೀವು ನೋಡಿ ಆಮೇಲೆ. Okay, kids, ನಾವು ಮಿಕ್ಕಿದ್ದ sessions ನ ಆರಾಮಾಗಿ ಮಾಡೋಣ, because we want to spend a good amount of time. Is again that picture where he presented the Constitution of India. So that's Ambedkar for you. Okay, kids, thank you for joining. ಮತ್ತೆ ಸಿಗೋಣ. Bye-bye.
Bye, 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 bye.
Bye.